What up? You know, I've been going through some stuff, and I just came back from doing a delivery on a RV, and I'm sitting there watching it get delivered and stuff, and of course I'm thinking, like I always do when I'm quiet, and I'm just watching things around me. And I got to thinking, with all these things I have grateful in my life, like all these things I have going for me, what's really going on? What am I really tripping on? I've let something consume my thoughts for quite a bit of time, and it's rented a lot of space in my head. And I think I know what's going on. If I don't know, like if I don't have an answer to how everything is working, it definitely affects me. I have no idea, outside of my hula hoop, what is going on. And I don't need to. Like, I need to accept that I'm never going to get the answers to everything, especially if it is something that's bothering me. I've let this bother me for far too long now. I've got all these things going on, I've got, my really good people that I do a lot of business with that are, I'm there helping them. I helped somebody yesterday, well, not yesterday, but last week, and then I got to see the fruits of that happen. And more importantly, I said, hey man, if you need me, I'm there for you. And they said, are you just saying that, or is that for real? And I said, that's for real. I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to say I'm there for you and not be there for you. If you need me, just reach out to me. And I stress that person, try it and see what happens. Like, I'm able to be there for people if they need me. And there was a time I wasn't able to be there for people if they need me. I just did something for somebody else, so they can get into their house. And that's who I am today. I'm not a taker anymore. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not a taker anymore. All I want is, all I want in return is for somebody to better themselves, if that's what they're struggling with in life. I don't give to get anything back in return, ever, anymore. Well, I should never speak in definites, right? I do my best to not. And I think in these last couple of weeks, my biggest problem was I was so in that, it almost, they talk about a pink cloud in recovery, and it felt like a pink cloud. Like I felt like finally, and then I could just finally be happy, or finally feel good, or finally, and that doesn't take away from that. I felt like that. It felt good. But as it progressed, it got complicating, especially with how much I felt like that. And I can just appreciate the moment that it was, and be grateful that it happened. That's all I really need to focus on. I'm grateful that I got to feel like that for a little bit. I asked for that. I didn't get that for a long time, and I got it. All right, so I got it. Now it's time for the next whatever, which is, I almost made some bad decisions when I felt like that was going away from me. I downloaded some apps and wanted a Band-Aid over that feeling. And then luckily I was smart enough to know that that's not really what I wanted, and I cut all that out. Thank God I didn't act out on any of that. And I think it's understandable. It doesn't matter if it's understandable. It's just, I understand what I was doing there. And I don't beat myself up because I didn't really act out on it, but I could have. And for what? Emptiness? You know, what I really want is companionship. I want a good conversation. And I want to be able to not ever do what I did again, which was, wow, it's coming down, isn't it? So I'll keep doing this and working through it and, you know, go through all this. Doing a lot of videos lately. That's how I work through shit. I would journal all the time. And I've got that. I'll take the good and I'll take the bad. And I'll appreciate it. I'm grateful for it now. I don't think I could say that a couple days ago or yesterday, or I'm grateful for it. What an adventure it was for the time being. And not all adventures last forever. And so, holy smokes, I hope somebody doesn't come on the lot and want to look at a Tundra. Just kidding, whoever's my boss. But yeah, like this was a wonderful experience. You know, it might have ended in flames or whatever you want to call it, but it was a wonderful experience. And the more I can find gratitude in it and accept it for what it was, the better I'll be able to move forward from it and not worry about like anything past that. It's all fucking good. And I'm grateful. So I'm thankful for it. It was what I needed at that time. Got me through a tough time. And it gives me hope now that I know that I can be that person for somebody one day. And not anytime soon. My sponsor has got me committing, and I'm not going to break that commitment. First it was to myself, and now it's to my sponsor, and I'm not going to break that commitment. Nothing for another 5 more months. No relationship. Which is good for me because I don't need to be jumping into a relationship. Clearly. And I'm going to stick to that. And I'm not trying to have a physical thing without any type of content either. I'll stick to that too. That just sounds gross and dirty. I don't want that either. So, here we go. I think I'm ready to let go of that and move forward and just focus on my recovery, focus on my kids, focus on these damn bills, focus on my job, and let things come as they come. And I'm good with that. I don't think I wanted to let go. I wanted to hold on to the hope that there could be a chance. And I think that's a pipe dream. And I'm okay with that now. That way I can just focus on what needs to be focused on. That's crazy, the rain. When I say that, the rain just dies down. Sure, I want my mom to watch over people, but that doesn't mean I have to just spend all my energy thinking about it. I hope they're doing okay. And that's it. That's all I got. I'll focus on not being in a relationship. I'll focus on really getting to know myself a lot more. And now at least I know that I have that ability and I'm not jaded completely by people. And I can actually bring a better version of myself to whoever comes next, whenever that happens. And so I just felt like this was this was in my head. I said to myself, well, I'm going to do this video on the way back to the Toyota store. And it's time to shut the door on that season. And really just focus on being available if people need. I'm not saying I'm going to shut people out. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to just be there as everybody's cheerleader, not just one person's cheerleader. And really hope that, I really hope that whoever, if you're watching this and you've got a couple days clean, I hope those couple days turn into weeks and those weeks turn into a month. Love to say congratulations on 30. Congratulations on 60. Congratulations on 90. Congratulations on 6 months, etc. As I go through mine, 7 months and 11 days today. It's a big deal. Never thought I could get 11 days. In fact, there was a time I couldn't get 11 fucking days, man. I couldn't get 11 fucking days. Fucking 7 months. I couldn't get 11 fucking days, dude. I could get like 6. I mean, there was a time I couldn't even get fucking 3. But then, relapse happened and I couldn't get 6. I couldn't get 2 weeks. I've said that in the past ones. But, I've got 7 months and 11 fucking days. Why am I not so fucking ecstatic about that? It's a big fucking deal. And I got to make a meeting yesterday with my sponsor. I sat there with my sponsor, and then my sponsor reached out to me after the meeting and said it was so good to see me there. And I said, you're going to see me more often. I'm not going to this other one anymore. And I think it's, it'd be nice to just be in a meeting with you. And I like knowing that I got my guy that's helped me through these years that I'll be able to see once a week. That has helped me through so much and helped me through something recently that I needed to talk to somebody, and he helped me. And he didn't beat on me. Well, kind of. If I was 100% honest with him, he would have shut it down, he said. So maybe don't do that again. And so I just don't ever want to be in a situation where I'm lying to my sponsor or not telling him the full story. Or the people that are close to me. The ones that are really close to me that have reached out to me after I've been 100% honest with my bad decisions and everything that's happened. They have been very supportive, loving, and kind. I mean, they're like fucking dumbass. No, they didn't even say that. They just said we learn in recovery. We make mistakes in recovery. As long as we stay clean, that's important, and we don't do them again. And somebody told me that you never have to apologize for your feelings. Your feelings are your feelings. And that's okay. I sat here and acted, I felt like I was being talked to like I was a fucking old timer, like I had years clean. I think I have months clean. Making bad decisions like people do that have months clean. Making mistakes, catching feelings like people do when they have days or months clean. I'm not an old timer. I'm not somebody with like fucking years clean who fucking knew better. I'm somebody that fucking had been treated bad for so long in multiple situations, and the second I caught a glimpse of something that felt good and I was talked to right, I attached myself to it strongly. Felt like it was the right thing. And that wasn't right for that person either. So I've experienced something to show me that I won't do that again. Now, if I do that again, that's a different story. But I have a feeling that's not going to happen. Just for today. And hopefully tomorrow and the next day and the next day and years to come. So, learn from it. Understand that everything happens the way my higher power intended it to. Go in here, make this money, pay these bills, and try to regain the things that I was getting while I had a couple of years clean, and have a better foundation of where I need to be. And that's really the message I want to talk about in this. I'm gonna go walk in there now, and I feel like I can move forward. I don't need answers anymore like I thought I did. I needed to find those myself. That's all. Love you, Rodney.